Edward Seaga has died, and I've been on Instagram and I've seen some comments about the former Prime Minister of Jamaica. Before I get into that, let me say my condolences to the Seaga family. Before I start today's vlog, I want to re-congratulate, if there's such a word, re-congratulate the two winners of the ENT Sebastian subscription raffle.
Yep. And
those are David Massey and a channel called Proud Jamaican. So once again, congratulations guys. But considering that Proud Jamaican has opted for an illustration for their reward.
Yes.
And my wife is the one that's going to be doing the illustration. I decided to put her on the channel this morning to congratulate you herself.
So to the channel Proud Jamaican, congratulations again. And yeah, I look forward to sending it to you because I've already started the picture. And it will take maybe 2-3 days for me to complete it, so bear with me please.
Right. And to the other winner, David Massey, in the comment he had pretty much opted by saying anything or anything, meaning pretty much any of the rewards is good for him. But I'm still waiting to hear from David Massey to know what we should be doing for him.
Right.
While I'm here plugging in channels, I want to big up a channel called In Jamaica, which I'm personally subscribed to, and our channel is personally subscribed to.
In Jamaica, yes.
The reason why I want to big up In Jamaica is because it's a channel that has featured my channel on its channel, and I want to say hats off to In Jamaica. The appreciation is, as we say in Calabar, the utmost for the highest, meaning I could not appreciate the gesture of kindness anymore. And since we're here plugging in channels and plugging in people, without a doubt I would like you guys to check out our channel, which I share with my wife.
Yes, Ian and Tina.
Go over there, check us out to see us in our everyday
in our natural habitat,
right, you know, because most time when I'm on this channel I'm all about politics, you know. So that's pretty much it for now. Let me get into my vlog of the day. Hello people, and welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time on the channel, a special welcome to you. I ask that you check out the rest of my videos. If you like what you see, give them a thumbs up, leave a comment. But more than anything, I'm asking that you subscribe to the channel. Edward Seaga has passed away. That is what I've read. That is what I've heard. They say he passed away on his 89th birthday, but I don't know, you know, I don't really get into newspaper news. When I say that, what I mean by I don't believe everything that I read. For all I know, Edward Seaga could have been dead from last week, and because from a journalistic point of view, it probably would make better news if they say he was dead on his 89th birthday. So a couple of years ago, I created an acronym. My acronym was News Never Ever What It Says. Let's not make that an issue. Let's just make the issue of the fact that Edward Seaga is dead. Edward Seaga has died, and I've been on Instagram and I've seen some comments about the former Prime Minister of Jamaica. Before I get into that, let me say my condolences to the Seaga family. He is a father, a grandfather, and a loved one who has been dear to his relatives and his close friend, someone that a Highland of Jamaica will truly miss. And when I say that, I mean by virtue of statute. I've read some remarks about Edward Seaga, as I would imagine more positive than negative. And when I calculated to the time of when Edward Seaga was making an impact on Jamaica, I actually calculated that between the 1980s and 89, when he was Prime Minister, most of the adults today that are between 25 and 30 were actually babies. So they wouldn't really know from a factual point of view what impact Edward Seaga made on the country. However, I must denounce and resent and condemn some of the negative remarks that I've seen on Instagram and on other social sites. You know, there were remarks like Edward Seaga should be dead a long time ago, Edward Seaga is wicked, and I'm not disputing whether he was a saint or whether he was the devil himself. What I'm saying is, he was human. A life is a life. And on my channel, and in my personal life, I do not condone evil. I do not condone evil action, evil remark, even if it is from the devil himself. So let's say, in an instance, let's say Edward Seaga was indeed wicked, was indeed evil. I don't believe by virtue of morality that we should render evil for evil. When we do render evil for evil, we become the same evil that we were so-called fighting against. So it did disturb me a little, and I just want to put it out there to my fellow Jamaican that even if you saw Edward Seaga's image as something negative of the country, don't make your feelings turn you into a negative person as well. He was a life, he was an individual, and even though I expected his passing to generate a contrast of comment, it was no surprise to me, but the contrast that it generated, the negative remarks, wasn't as much as the positive remarks, but the few negative remarks that were made, they were just too bone-chilling and deep-cutting for my bearing, so to speak, you know. So I'm just throwing out there to say, Jamaican people, I would not encourage rendering evil for evil, whether it's an action or a remark. You know, if Jamaican people, we have something, our grandparents, our mother always taught us, if you don't have nothing good to say, better you say nothing at all. So in this case, if you think negative of the former Prime Minister, just don't leave a comment, just leave it blank. You know, if you wishes to add condolences to the family, RIP, SIP, that's good enough. If you want to elaborate on your condolence, that is up to you. But I'm just saying, I didn't really feel good to read the remarks, the negative remarks that was being said. And when I say that, it's not in defense of Edward Seaga, it's actually in defense of humanity. Even if someone who's not famous, who's not a politician, should have died in Jamaica, even if you didn't like the person in real life, just kiss your teeth and walk on by. Say nothing, because the hatred that we carry in our hearts, or the resentment that we carry for people, often, you know, it often affects us too. So it's like a double-edged sword, you know. While it's cutting that person, it's actually cutting in us, you know. So while we are striving negatively towards other people, that same negativity and evil is consoling us too. And we don't want that. You know, we want a healthy livelihood, and we want a healthy nation of Jamaica now and in the future. Condolences also to an individual by the name of Martin Henry. I don't personally know Martin Henry, or I've never heard of Martin Henry, but apparently he was a significant statue in Jamaica's media. He was a columnist at the Gleaner, and he was a public commentator who died sadly at 61. He died on the same date that Edward Seaga was reported to have died, and what I've heard is that he kind of died just after announcing the death of Edward Seaga. The reason why I decided to add condolences to him, even though I don't know his reputation and I don't know his statue, it's just the way he passed away, you know. And sometimes that's how we are as humans, and that's how we are connected as humans. Sometimes we could be in physical good health, but just how much we take on the negativity of the news, or report the news, or register the news to our brain. You know, it could be that this dude was probably 100% healthy, and just by giving the passing of Edward Seaga that much thought, he actually succumbed to his own death. So to Martin Henry's family and relatives and his co-workers and associates at the Gleaner, my sincerest condolences, even though I do not know him personally. Again, he is a human being. Anyway, on to lighter news before I close this vlog. How many of you guys checked out my patois interview and my DJing skill yesterday when I posted. The last video I posted, it was less than 2 minutes, was just me exercising my patois and going back to my lyrics banten days. I want to big up everybody who actually participated by commenting or giving it a thumbs up. Yeah, it was good fun, and people were saying I should keep at it and I will get better. I find it funny because at my age, you know, I've retired from the microphone more than 20 years ago. That was my thing, you know. For most of you who don't know, I am a writer, but my writing actually started from writing lyrics, you know. I've attended most of Kingston studios, Jammies, Tubbies, Black Scorpio. Those are places I used to frequent when I was actually a DJ. So now it's nothing to take too serious. And there was another comment from an individual. Let me look and find her name. Lorraine Codrington, let's hope I pronounce your name right. Lorraine was saying that my accent has been watered down, you know. Can't argue that, Lorraine, you know. I've lived overseas for going on 3 decades, you know, and where I currently live, for most of you guys who don't know where I currently live, it has been speculated that I'm living in England. I've lived in England, you know. I actually live in Switzerland. And where I live in Switzerland, the whole country of Switzerland, the last time I heard, and I got this from the horse's mouth, I got this from the consulate, the Jamaican consulate in Geneva, that in the entire Switzerland of almost 8 million people, there are only about 200 Jamaican families spread all about. And when we say 200 Jamaican family, we don't mean that everybody in each family are Jamaicans. So, for me to get my patois practice on or my everyday patois chatting, as I was saying to Lorraine, that's a long shot for me because I don't know any Jamaicans in Switzerland. I don't associate with Jamaicans. I don't talk patois every day. I don't hear patois every day. Thanks to YouTube, every now and then I go and check out Jamaican videos, whether it's a dancehall video or just the news. And that's pretty much how I hear patois. But at the same time, don't want to lose my roots because I'm a proud Jamaican. I am proud to be from the island in the sun, despite all the negativity that the media, that world media has often tried to shine on Jamaica. I take Jamaica for its good and its bad. So love Jamaica, love Jamaicans, and yeah, so that's pretty much answers that. Anyway, guys, I hope that you guys enjoy my gesture, and for most of you who haven't checked it out, go and check out the man DJ skill, man. See what me are going with. In my opinion, never really depend the rhythm 100%. You see what I mean? But it could be better, you know. But that's a long story. Anyway, let me close this vlog off now. Hope you guys enjoy it, and I'm looking forward to your comments. Looking forward to what you guys have to say about my view towards the remarks that was made about the former Prime Minister. And in closing, because this is the real purpose of the video, I want to say my condolences to the Seaga family. Until next time, people, peace.